How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another heavy metal diecast video, and today we've got one here from Witty Wings. Now, it is 1/72nd scale diecast, obviously. Now, it is a Messerschmitt Bf109 G6, but before YouTube loses its shit...
How dare you!
It is not a Luftwaffe one here. We have one, well, it used to be, but it is not in livery, with a little nasty swastika on the tail that they did recently get upset with one of my videos. Now, this was originally from a Jagergeschwader 53, and it was a yellow 14. Now, it would be captured by Allied forces in Sicily in 1943. Now, it then would be given a bit of a repaint, of course, in RAF colours and markings, of course, was giving the code of VX101, and also had the 20mm gondola mounted cannons removed as well from underneath the wings. Now, it was most likely either used for testing or as a squadron hack. I'm not sure what actually happened to this aircraft after the war or during the war, but it was most likely scrapped if it did survive the war. Now, it does come in the usual Sky Guardians packets. Does have some offerings as well on the side here, and some pictures of the actual aircraft too, and that cool looking model sitting there is in the little box that does have the clear window, so you can check it out without even having to remove it out of the box, of course. Where's the fun in that? So what we need to do is actually get it out of the box. So this shouldn't be too hard. I actually got this off a seller on eBay, I think in New Zealand, I think they were. I'll open this up. And there we have it. This does look pretty cool. Now, it obviously has a little stand packet on the side here, and that's sweet looking. RAF Messerschmitt sitting right here. So let us get this open so we can check this out. So this is obviously your stand right here. It does come in two pieces, and it's... oh, geez, I'm not having much luck lately. I seem to sort of drop things every now and then. And that is your stand well and truly put together, and it's all plastic, very similar to the Easy Model stands, I suppose you could say. We'll move that out of the way and get stuck into this. Hopefully I won't drop this. It should hopefully come out. Yes, it comes out very easy. Awesome. We'll move this plastic out of the way. Oh. Like that. I was going to try and pick it up because it probably would have slipped out of my hands. No, my luck today. It is pretty cold here in Melbourne at the moment. Now, the wheels, they do turn, so if you like your wheels to rotate, there is that option on this. You can actually see on the model where that would have been where those 20mm gondolas would have been put on the wings there. They've just left them off. So you do have those little holes there, I suppose. If that's going to annoy you, that may annoy you, but it's no biggie, really. And it also gives you the option if you want to put some on there. But I reckon it does look pretty nice underneath there. We have started underneath, of course. But I reckon it does look fantastic. So obviously your stand hole there, it does have a little screw hole there if that's annoying. There is no tank either for like fuel tank underneath there, just that bracket. Let's see how that spins. The propeller spins really nicely. Oh, that spins really well too. So if you like spinning, you'll definitely be happy with that. It does have the nice details. The panel lines and everything on the exterior surfaces look pretty nice. They are faintly there. They're not really deep or anything like that. It does have some details in the cowl there, which look really nice. The gun details there. Now, it does not... oh, yes, it does. It does have a pilot figure sitting in there, so I'm assuming that would be an RAF pilot kicking back there. And of course, you've got all the RAF markings on the fuselage sides and the upper and under wing surfaces, as well as that tail marking. But overall, I think this looks pretty cool. And it is something a little bit different, of course, you know, being a RAF captured German aircraft, so you can safely display this without getting in trouble by anyone. And I reckon it does look fantastic, and yeah, very nice. Oh, it does sit nicely on its landing gear, of course, very straightforward. But I think it will be even straightforward to put in its stand, because that's job done there. And that is how your nice looking Gustav here does look on the stand in RAF colours. And I reckon overall it is a very tidy unit, of course. Now, what do we need to do? Yep, we need to chuck this thing on the scales. So we will bring those in and put this on the scales, of course. The scales of model justice, and we'll see what it's going to weigh. Now let us have a little look. It's very light. It is not, well, it's a little Messerschmitt, so it's 88 grams for you people that like to check out your weights. So it's not overly heavy, but it is only a small Messerschmitt 109. These are not the hugest aircraft in real life, but I reckon this model looks great in real life, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, don't forget, of course, I will take some photos of this and chuck them on at the end of the video so you can see this with a lot more detail and without my sausage fingers all over it, of course. Now, if you're watching and you have yet to subscribe, feel free to do that as well. I always appreciate everyone that does manage to take those couple of seconds to click that little button. And speaking of clicking, don't forget, if you liked what you saw today, click that little like button and throw some of them my way. That would be awesomely appreciated as well. And always feel free to drop a comment below and tell me what you think of the model you saw today, if you have one yourself. I always like to hear from other collectors and people watching the channel, and I always do try to respond to everyone that does. All right, everyone, I'll wind up the video, of course. Thank you so much for dropping past to check out another one of our videos. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. You all have an awesome rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.